Okay, imagine this. You've got this really slick AV setup planned, maybe a high-end home theater, maybe screens all over a business.
Right. Multiple sources, multiple destinations.
Exactly. You want your, say, gaming console on the main TV, but maybe your streaming box needs to go everywhere and a Blu-ray player somewhere else.
And you need it all looking perfect. Pixel perfect, no glitches, no lag.
Yeah, and getting that high-quality signal everywhere reliably. Well, it gets complicated really
It
fast.
really does. Managing all those sources, different displays, making sure the signal holds up over distance, keeping everything compatible. It's a big job. Needs serious gear.
And that's exactly what we're getting into today. We're doing a deep dive into high-performance video distribution, looking specifically at one powerful device designed for these challenges.
Which one are we looking at?
It's the WolfPack 4K 60 Hz 4.4.8x8 HDMI Matrix Switch over CAT6. It's got HDR, ARC, HDMI 2.0B, the whole package.
Okay, yeah, that name tells you a lot already.
Yeah.
Powerful specs.
Right. Our main source is the product page itself. It's packed with details, specs, features, really lays out what this thing can do.
Good. That level of detail is key. You need to know exactly what it offers to understand how it solves those complex AV problems.
So our mission today is basically this. Understand how a device like this simplifies those really demanding AV setups, figure out what all that tech jargon like 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4 actually means for what you see.
Right, the real-world impact.
And why this specific WolfPack switch stands out for, seamless, top-quality video and audio distribution. So let's start at the beginning. How does this thing manage all that traffic? What exactly is an HDMI Matrix Switch?
Okay, so at its heart, an HDMI Matrix Switch is like a super smart signal router. It lets you connect multiple HDMI sources, like Apple TV, gaming PC, Blu-ray, whatever.
Got it. Multiple inputs.
Exactly. And connect them to multiple displays, TVs, projectors, monitors. The matrix part means you can send any source to any display independently.
Ah, okay. So not just one source to all displays, but total flexibility. Source A to display 1, source B to display 2, source A also to display 3, like that.
Precisely. Complete freedom to mix and match.
Yeah.
You're creating a totally dynamic viewing environment on the fly.
And this WolfPack one, the 8x8 model, that sounds like 8 sources to 8 displays, but the specs say something more.
Yeah, that's where it gets interesting. It's an 8x8, meaning 8 HDMI sources, but it can actually feed 16 displays simultaneously.
16. How does that work? Is it sporting signals?
It's clever. You get 8 standard HDMI outputs, right? Good for nearby TVs or equipment. But each of those HDMI outputs is also mirrored simultaneously to a CAT cable output.
Ah, okay. So for every channel, you have both an HDMI port and a network cable port running at the same time.
Exactly. 8 HDMI outs plus 8 mirrored CAT cable outs gives you incredible reach and connection options.
That mirroring is smart. Immediately solves the distance problem for some displays. But let's talk picture quality, because that's crucial. This thing boasts 4K, 60 Hz, 4.4.4. People know 4K. But what's the real benefit of the 60 Hz and that 4.4.4 bit? What do you actually see?
Okay, let's break it down. 4K 2K at 60 Hz. That's Ultra HD resolution, so super sharp picture, running at 60 frames per second.
Which means smoother motion.
Exactly. Crucial for anything fast-moving, sports, action movies, and especially gaming. It eliminates that jerky motion blur, makes everything look incredibly fluid.
Okay, makes sense. Now the tricky one, 4.4.4 YUV. What's that about?
Right. This gets into color detail. 4.4.4 chroma subsampling means you're getting the absolute maximum color information for every single pixel. No compression of the color data.
Unlike other standards.
Yeah, many signals use something like 4.2 or 4.2 point there, which basically share color information across groups of pixels to save bandwidth. It's often fine for movies, but with 4.4.4, every pixel gets its own unique full color value. This is really important for super sharp text, like if you're using a PC connected through this, or for really vibrant detailed graphics, you're preserving all the original color data.
So it's about color accuracy and fine detail.
Precisely. It needs a lot of bandwidth. This switch handles 18 gigabits per second, lossless and uncompressed, to deliver that full fidelity. It ensures what was created is exactly what you see.
Got it. And sticking with visuals, it mentions broad HDR support, HDR, HDR10, HDR10 plus OON, Dolby Vision, HLG. That's pretty much everything, isn't it? What does that unlock for the viewer?
It unlocks the full potential of modern displays. HDR, high dynamic range, is all about, well, more range between the brightest whites and the deepest blacks.
So better contrast.
Better contrast, yes, but also much brighter highlights without losing detail. And deeper shadows that still have texture. Plus, A wider range of more realistic colors. It makes the image pop, more lifelike, more impactful. Supporting all those formats means compatibility with pretty much any HDR source or display you throw at it.
And underpinning all this quality are standards like HDMI 2.0b and HDCP 2.2. They sound technical, but they're essential, right? Why?
Absolutely essential. HDMI 2.0b is basically the pipe. It guarantees the switch has enough bandwidth to handle 4K at 60 Hz with HDR and that 4.4.4 color. Without it, you couldn't pass all that data.
Okay, so that's the how much? What about HDCP 2.2?
That's the copy protection, the digital handshake.
Huh.
If you want to watch protected 4K content like from Netflix, Disney Plus High, 4K Blu-rays, your entire chain source switch display needs to support HDCP 2.2. Otherwise, you just get a blank screen or an error message.
Yeah.
So having HDCP 2.2 compliance is non-negotiable for modern content.
Right. Good to know. Okay, so we've got amazing picture quality covered. Now let's talk distance again, that over CAT6 part of the name. Why use network cables? Why not just long HDMI leads?
Yeah, this is a huge advantage. HDMI cables are great, but they have pretty strict distance limits, especially at high resolutions like 4K, maybe 15, 20 feet reliably, sometimes a bit more with active cables, but it gets tricky. CAT6 cable, the same stuff used for computer networks, combined with a technology called HDBaseT, lets you send these signals much further.
HDBaseT, what's that doing?
HDBaseT is a standard that essentially bundles uncompressed HD video, audio, Ethernet control signals, even power, all onto a single standard CP5E or CD6 cable. It's incredibly robust.
And how far are we talking with this WolfPack switch using HDBaseT?
We're talking serious distances. For 1080p video, it can go up to 492 feet. That's about 150 meters.
Wow, nearly 500 feet.
Yeah, and even for the full 4K signal, it still pushes it out to 394 feet, or 120 meters, all over a single, relatively inexpensive network cable.
That's a game changer for installation, right? Across a large house, through different floors, or across a big commercial space.
Absolutely. It uses lossless compressed HDBaseT transmission at that full 18 Gbps rate, ensuring the picture quality is perfect even at the far end.
Yeah.
It just gives you enormous flexibility in where you place your sources and displays.
And there's another neat trick with those CAT6 runs, isn't there? Something about power?
Yes. POC, power over cable, or sometimes PoE, power over Ethernet, though here it's specifically POC, power over cable.
What does that mean practically?
It means the main matrix switch sends 24 volts of power down the same CT6 cable that's carrying the video and audio signal.
So the little receiver box at the TV end.
Doesn't need its own power adapter plugged into the wall. It gets its power directly from the matrix switch through the network cable.
That is genuinely convenient. Cuts down on cable clutter behind the TV, fewer things to plug in, especially if you have 16 of them.
Exactly. It simplifies installation dramatically. Big time saver, looks cleaner.
Okay, so stunning picture, long distances sorted. What about the sound and controlling this beast? Let's hit audio first. It mentions HDMI audio pass-through for 7.1 HD audio, LPCM, Dolby Through HD, DTS HD master audio, so it handles the good stuff.
Oh yeah, it passes through all the main high-resolution multi-channel audio formats directly with the HDMI signal. So if you're just using TV speakers or a soundbar connected to the TV's ARC port, you're covered.
But what if you have a dedicated AV receiver or amplifier setup? You don't always want the audio going only to the display.
Right, and that's where audio de-embedding comes in. This switch has separate analog and coaxial digital audio outputs for each channel.
Meaning
you can strip the audio out from the HDMI source at the matrix and send it directly to your amplifier or multi-zone audio system while the video continues on to the display. Huge flexibility for custom audio setups.
Okay, that's very useful. And it mentions ARC support, audio return channel.
Yes, ARC allows audio to travel back from the TV to the matrix or an AV receiver, usually over the same HDMI cable. Good for getting audio from smart TV apps back into your main sound system. It also supports CEC control,
which lets devices control each other over HDMI, like TV remote controlling a Blu-ray player.
Exactly that. Streamlines control.
Speaking of control, this thing seems to have every option under the sun. Front panel buttons, IR remote, RS-232, LAN, even a Web GUI.
They've really covered all the bases. Whether you want simple button pressing, a standard remote, integration into a high-end automation system via RS-232, or network control through IP commands, or just a web browser. You can control it however suits the installation.
That Web GUI sounds handy. Just log in from a computer on the network.
Yep. Makes configuration and switching pretty straightforward. And there are some smarter control features too, like the IR matrix.
Okay, what's special about the IR matrix? It's not just passing the signal through.
It's smarter than that. At the matrix end, you can target specific source devices. But the clever part is at the receiver end, by the TV. The IR signal that picks up there automatically follows the video channel.
Meaning, explain that like I'm 5.
Okay, say your Blu-ray player is source 1, and it's currently routed to the TV in the living room, output 3. If you point your Blu-ray remote at the IR receiver near the living room TV, the matrix knows that output 3 is showing source 1, so it automatically sends that IR command only to the Blu-ray player's IR output port back at the rack. You don't have to aim at the rack or anything.
Ah, that's really clever. So the remote just works naturally at the TV location, even if the source device is hidden away somewhere else entirely.
Exactly. Simplifies remote control immensely in a distributed system.
Very neat. Now, another feature that caught my eye, the downscaler. It says it supports 4K to 1080p downscaling independently for each output. Why is that so useful?
This solves a really common problem. Imagine you have a mix of displays, maybe a new 4K TV in the main room, but older 1080p TVs in the bedrooms or kitchen.
Okay, yeah, that's realistic.
If you send a 4K source signal to all of them, the 1080p TVs won't be able to display it. Usually, the whole system would have to default down to 1080p for compatibility, crippling your 4K TV.
Right, so you lose the benefit of the 4K source on your best screen.
Exactly. But with independent downscaling per output, the matrix can take that single 4K source, send the full 4K signal to your 4K TV, and simultaneously scale it down perfectly to 1080p for the other TVs.
So everyone gets the best possible picture their screen can handle from the same source at the same time.
Precisely. No compromises. It's like a universal translator for resolution between your source and each individual display.
That sounds incredibly valuable in real-world mixed setups. And one last technical bit. Advanced ED management with 31 modes, EDID, that's the handshake thing, right?
Yes, EDID, Extended Display Identification Data, is how a display tells a source device what resolutions and formats it can handle. Sometimes this communication goes wrong.
Leading to blank screens, wrong resolutions, general frustration.
You've been there. Exactly. Advanced ED management, especially with 31 preset modes plus learning capabilities, gives the installer incredible power to fix those handshake issues. You can force a specific resolution, copy ED from a working display, or choose a mode that ensures maximum compatibility.
So it's basically a toolkit to solve those annoying "why isn't this working" problems between sources and displays.
Very much. It ensures stability and helps guarantee the best signal gets through reliably. It's a pro-level feature for troubleshooting.
Okay, let's pull all this together. We've got insane flexibility, top-tier 4K 4.4.4 video, comprehensive HDR, long-distance transmission over CT6 with POC, advanced audio handling, smart control, downscaling. Who is this WolfPack 8x8 switch really for?
Well, it's clearly aimed at setups that demand high performance and reliability. Think sophisticated home theaters enthusiasts with multiple sources, maybe projectors, multiple TVs across different rooms, people who won't compromise on quality.
Right, the serious home cinema crowd.
Definitely. And then, maybe even more so, commercial installations. Sports bars are a classic example, needing to show multiple games from multiple boxes on dozens of screens. Total flexibility needed.
I can see that. Conference rooms, too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
High-end boardrooms, conference centers needing seamless switching between laptops, media players, video conferencing feeds to projectors or large displays. Also digital signage networks, control rooms, anywhere you need robust, centralized distribution of high-quality AV.
So essentially, anyone needing to get pristine video and audio from multiple sources to multiple locations reliably and with easy control.
That's the core value. It tackles complexity, eliminates miles of cables potentially, centralizes control, and delivers that top-tier quality signal everywhere.
And you mentioned the company, HDTV Supply. They've been around a while.
Yeah, over 20 years, which is a long time in this tech space. They're noted as a Google Shopping top quality store, and importantly, an HDBaseT.org approved adopter. That HD base certification means they're properly implementing that crucial long-distance tech.
Gives you some confidence in the product quality and support, I suppose.
It definitely helps, yeah. Suggests they know what they're doing.
And the price point, around $2,500. That puts it firmly in the professional or very high-end enthusiast category, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. This isn't your basic HDMI splitter. It's a professional-grade matrix switch packed with advanced processing, multiple outputs, HDBaseT extension. The price reflects the components and the engineering needed to deliver all these features reliably.
Consistent with what it offers.
Right. It's an investment in the core infrastructure of a high-performance AV system.
So wrapping up, We've seen how one admittedly complex device like this WolfPack 8x8 Matrix can really be the central brain for a sophisticated AV setup. It handles the latest 4K video, immersive audio, smart control, even sending signals hundreds of feet over standard network cable.
It really demonstrates the level engineers are reaching to manage our increasingly complex media demands centrally.
It does. And looking beyond just this product, this deep dive kind of highlights how crucial this often invisible infrastructure is becoming. It makes you wonder.
What's that?
Well, as our homes, our offices, they get more and more connected, more screens, higher quality expectations. How will this kind of powerful, centralized AV management continue to evolve? And maybe more interestingly, how might it change the way we fundamentally interact with all this entertainment and information in the future?
That's a great question. As the tech becomes more capable and maybe even more seamless, does it just fade into the background, or does it enable entirely new ways of experiencing media throughout our spaces? Definitely something to think about.